One of the great failures in our world is the understanding of truth. Spin doctors, once known only in the political arena, carefully craft their words so what is black seems white and what is white seems black. The prophet Isaiah said these words in Isaiah chapter 5. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Rather than the absolute truth, we have sunk to accepting truth as varied, and thus our need for tolerance toward all ideas. In an exchange between Jesus and Pilate in John chapter 18, verses 37 through 38, we read these words. Pilate asked Jesus, "Are you a king then?" And then Jesus says, "You're right in saying I'm a king. In fact, for this reason I was born. And for this I came into the world, to testify to the truth. Everyone on the side of truth listens to me." And then Pilate says something that is, to me, quite remarkable. He says, "What is truth?" And that really is the fundamental question that is being asked by our society today. What is truth? Socrates, the father of modern Western philosophy, declares these words, "I know nothing at all except that I know nothing." The same kind of thinking Socrates delivered to Plato. And Plato delivers to Aristotle, and Aristotle delivers to his student, Alexander the Great. And it's Alexander the Great who in his newly formed city in Egypt called Alexandria begins to build the world's largest library in seeking the question, what is truth? And today we have that same difficulty in our society of that there are many competing ideas. The idea of Christianity is just one of the competing truths with all of the other truths in the world, and therefore there really is no truth. Of course, we know the result, that Pilate, in being fair and being tolerant to all, then says, "Who do you want, Barabbas or Jesus?" And they said, "Give us Barabbas," so that Barabbas was set free and Jesus was sent to the cross. It is commonly taught today in many churches that there are ways to get to heaven other than Jesus. There are many different truths through which we can access God, and therefore Jesus is not the only way. He's one of the many ways. But Jesus said something very different when he begins to talk about himself and the way to access the Father. Jesus in John 14:6 says these words, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." Rather than many ways to righteousness, there's only one way. Rather than a diversity of truths, there's only one truth. Rather than varied kinds of life, Jesus declares himself to be the only life. Tolerance, in the light of truth, only appears to be compromise. And God is calling his church from a place of compromise into a place of absolute truth that comes through his word.